This is Justin and Debbie, and we are ready to kick off the Amazing Race here in Canyon ISD, and we are going to give you Week 1 challenge. This week's challenge is sponsored by Amarillo National Bank, and as you can see, we already have an iPad here ready to go to hand out to the lucky winner based on the tweets that you send this week.
Okay, guys, the challenge this week is going to be looking at similarities and differences. We know this category of instruction is one of the most powerful we have in our toolbox. If we're talking about similarities and differences, that's just simply making comparisons. And when we talk about similarities and differences, it can play out in many different ways in the classrooms. Students can be engaged in the tasks that involve comparisons, classifications, metaphors, and analogies. So here's a couple of different looks at those. Number one, the one that comes to mind right off the bat is the good old Venn diagram. And so when you look at posting to Twitter, this is exactly what it might look like. The students have now been involved in some conversations about the similarities and differences between bats and birds. Take a quick snapshot of the product that the students came up with, and then the tweet might look like this at the bottom. Students compare and contrast bats and birds using the Venn diagram. Hashtag CISD Amazing Race. So it can be just as simple as that. Here's another one. This time it might be that kindergarten students investigate characteristics using a picture card sort. Hashtag CISD Amazing Race. And in this one you can see that they were simply just looking for those characteristics, the characteristics that those pictures had in common, and start to look at categorizing them based on, this time it was based on color. Here's another one. CISD students practice similarities and differences using an open sort. So here's your strategy if you're looking for something. This one was great. In an open sort, you don't give the students the category at the top. You just give them all of the items. They sort the items based on what they think, and then you give them the categories and see if they were similar, if they were thinking the same as you. Hashtag it CISD Amazing Race, and you'll be able to follow that one. Here's one where students were using educreations. So 8th grade students look at analogy comparing the Earth's crust and an eggshell using the educreations app, and then hashtag that one with CISD Amazing Race. And this one was just a screenshot from an iPad. So screenshot that, save it into the pictures, and then you can tweet that one out also. Debbie's going to help us kind of look at Twitter, make sure everyone feels pretty comfortable with that, and she'll jump in and show us an example.
Okay, we have sent out some emails with directions and a video on how to set up a Twitter account. So once you have your Twitter account set up, you can tweet easily. You can use any kind of device as well. I use Twitter mainly on my iPhone instead of the computer. So you might explore getting that app and being able to look at tweeting with your phone, because the picture might be right there on your phone anyway. So when we're looking at Twitter, we already have an account set up, and I'm going to use my account. And when we're looking in the top right-hand corner, you're going to see that there is a compose new tweet. It looks like a little feather pen in a blue square. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to open up compose a new tweet, and I'm going to use the one we just used from EduCreations. So I'm going to paste that in, and it says 8th grade science analogy comparing the Earth's crust and an eggshell using the EduCreations app, and then you put # or number sign CISD Amazing Race, all one word. If you have any spaces in there, it won't let us follow that hashtag, so you're going to want to be sure and make it into one word. I had 140 characters to start with. I now have 12 left, so if I want to tweak this tweet a little bit, I can, but I can make it as small as I need to, or add 12 more characters to get my thoughts across. There's an icon right down here on the bottom left-hand corner for add a photo. So I'm going to click on add a photo, and I'm going to choose the iPad screenshot of the egg analogy. And you can see that it put that right in here, so I know I've got the right one. I now have -11, so I might have to come in here and tweak just a little bit. And so I'm going to come in and say, take out the word iPad, and I might take out science, So I keep on going where I have 8th grade analogy comparing the Earth's crust and an egg shell. Another thing that I can do is make it a little shorter with an and sign. So I can play around with it. You'll see that Twitter isn't always a complete sentence. It's just to get an idea across. Once I have it like I want it, then I'm going to go ahead and click on tweet. And when I click on tweet, it's going to send out the tweet and the picture. And you'll be able to see it if you're following by going to look at the CISD Amazing Race. So you'll see an example there, and we'll be ready to roll. The contest starts tomorrow, Friday, and will be due by next Thursday evening sometime. We will send out the next challenge next Friday, and we'll announce the winner of the first iPad next Monday. Not this Monday, but the next one. So be on the lookout and see who's going to win that first iPad. If you have any questions, you know how to reach us. We can't wait to see all that you create and share with us all.
Good luck, guys, and have fun.